So it's been a fairly bad couple of days, I'm afraid. I was laying by the cat by this door here, giving him a scrub. The door was open like it is now. I decided that I was going to the gym and that I'd need to lock the office down the end. Went to go down to the gym and then absent-mindedly slammed the door behind me. Little did I know, in that time George's tail had flopped out of the door and I effectively chopped it off. So he ran upstairs, hid under the bed, and I went upstairs, or Emily did. Well, I ran down to the shed to get his cage, and 10 minutes later, he was sat on the table in the vet's, because we're not far from where George goes to the vet's, or as I call it, cat rehab. I'm just going to get some steaks ready here, hold on. So I took him to the vet's, they got him on the table, they had a look at him. Straight away, they said he's broken his tail, we're going to amputate. That was yesterday, so they kept him in overnight. They were worried that what happens when a cat traps its tail in the door and tries to run away, it can stretch and bruise the spine apparently or something, and that it can really upset the nerves that go to their bladder and their colon, so they can't like wee or poo. So they had to wait for that to be sorted, and then they rang us last night and said, right, we're going to operate tomorrow. We'll ring you between 8 and 10 in the morning. 8 came, then 9 came, then 10. Didn't get a call. So I thought, right, I better ring him up and see how he's getting on. So I rang him up and they were like, oh yeah, he's fine, he's in surgery now. He was really good overnight. He's also one of them cats, and I don't know if this is like a vet ploy, but they always say, oh, he's just the apple of everyone's eye. But I can just imagine it with him, because he's a bit of he can turn the old charm on if he likes. They rang me back just about an hour ago and said that he'd had his op. He used to have a tail probably about that long, and now he's got a 4-inch long tail. Emily's really upset. He's now got a 4-inch long tail. He's just coming back from the drugs and everything, and I'm going to go and hopefully pick him up this afternoon. Right, and that there as well, just so you know, has been left out. That's warm, that steak, so it's not fridge temp. Emily doesn't get back till tomorrow. So usually what I do when Emily goes away is, I'll get my steak, get my wine, get some mates round maybe. I don't know, I tend to just pop down the pub and then come home on my own and just sit and be greedy and just eat. It just feels really lonely here today without Big G. I just want to get till 4 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock, then I'm going to ring the vets up, and if Big G's alright, I'm going to go and pick him up today. Which would be nice. It's just a bummer, isn't it? Horrible. Worst thing about having pets. So, long-time subscribers of TimesWithJames are going to realise this is not a normal video. And I was away last week filming in Granada, so we've got a great film coming all the way over from the Alhambra later on. And also we've got the Bratislava video coming up soon, but I'm having to pop back to Bratislava to refilm some footage that I lost because of a snapped SD card. Anyway, I just chilled out on my own for a little while, got myself my steak sorted out, and then after a few minutes, oh, it looks just like this. Oh, right, good news. I can go and pick G up. I'll be able to still at least share a glass of wine with my cat, even if he is in a cone of shame. Right, got my phone, got my wallet, got my key. Let's go. Oh man, I've got him back. George, come on. Oh, sorry mate. They wouldn't let me film in the vets, which is fair enough, but I've got my boy back. Let's get him home. Yeah, you're home now, bro. There we go, mate. Oh mate, come here, be careful. Oh, there we go. How you feeling, mate? You alright? As you can see, G is not exactly impressed with what's going on, and also he was still out of it from the drugs he'd had from his operation earlier in the day. So my mate Dane popped over, sort of to cheer me up and keep me company while I was looking after this completely mental cat. That didn't stop us making a lovely meal and then talking about some really, really important issues. I'm sorry I just had a down evening, Dane.
That's one.
Didn't he get addicted to drugs that helped his voice?
What, Matt Miller?
Yeah, apparently some of the stuff they were drinking, it was like a special cocktail they were drinking. How the
Swear
fuck
word.
do you end up taking heroin? Like when you know what it is, I mean you're not stupid.
But does that not tell you how good heroin is?
I bet heroin's brilliant, but at the same time, Dane, if you're a successful lad, does that mean you're now, if someone offers you heroin and you can afford it, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm well up for that. But what state of mind do you need to be in, Dan, to accept heroin?
For me, terminal illness. If I was terminally ill, I'd be dragged out my head.
Yeah, same here. So as you can hear, all highbrow stuff and totally unrelated to the fact that we've probably drunk a bottle of wine or something. All the time this was going on, Big G was rolling around on the floor, just out of his face. And this was the start of 2 weeks of being shut inside. Do you want to go wee-wees? We go wee-wees or poo-poo? So that's the current state of affairs with basically my best mate G, my best tabby mate anyway, my best cat mate. He's not allowed out and literally he spends all his time out here with me. So I'm lonely as well. I mean, he sat down there, but I like to have him out here playing games with me. But he's not at the moment, but he is healing. He's getting more used to his tail and he just wants to go out. That's the biggest thing for him. He's just desperate to go out. He really, really hates being kept in, so... Let's fast forward 2 weeks, guys, to when we finally got his cone off. Finally, his tail was fully healed and his sutures were out. And now look at him, he's back to his old self. There you go, guys, though, nothing to worry about. So there we go, guys, back in the garden again with my ledge. His little tail here, you can just see it's just sort of just there. All the hair's cut off. But you're doing really well, aren't you, mate? First thing he did, because he terrorises next door's cat, as soon as we let him out, he was like on the fence, so his balance was fine. He's like up his tree, he's got his tree behind me here that he loves, and he went straight over next door and beat their cat up. He's such a sod, isn't you? Oh yeah, oh that's a belly scrub. Wait, stop that biting you. You're biting me because of your tail, aren't you? Glad to have you back out in the garden with me, mate. Look at his little waggy bit, look at that, his little waggy tail. Some people are like, where's George? He's not been about, and this is why, basically, because I shut his tail in the bloody door. But he's back now, he's in the sun, he's in his garden, he's with his daddy, and he's loving life again. So guys, thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. I don't usually do videos like this. I don't usually do a traditional type vlog. I usually do 5-segment vlogs, and I will be doing them very soon. Again, I've got videos from Bratislava coming up. I've got videos from Vienna coming up. I might have a video from Lisbon coming up soon. Just doing quite a bit of like weekend quick travelling. So please hit that subscribe button, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll leave you with pearls of wisdom from me and Dane. Oh, he's so grumpy. We should play this constantly when we're in Portugal.
Yeah. You can love it, you can leave it.